nobody believed in me. Everybody kept telling me I wouldn't make a good lathe at home. But I didn't give up, and I made a heavy-duty headstock. Of course, I still need to make a bed and a cross slide, but I need to focus on one problem at a time. Well, my previous attempt was a complete and embarrassing failure. The main spindle looked like this. It's a wheel hub from an old car, and its roller bearings had enormous play. I mean, the play was ginormous and couldn't just be tightened out. So I managed to find a nice beefy round bar, presumably made of a good grade of steel, which should serve me well as a spindle. But it was a bit thinner than I needed in one specific section, so I welded some meat on top. It's actually a legit method I picked up from guys who repair the eyes of huge hydraulic cylinders for excavators. I chose a U-channel for the front side and roughly drilled out a hole for where the bearings would sit. But this spot was too thin, so I found a steel ring, welded it there and built up more metal on top to add meat. And no, that's not my dog cooling it down, it's just a trigger spray bottle with water. Then my central warehouse provided some heavy-duty plates for the body, which I welded together.
Diesel in my blood, mud caked on my hands.
Now it looks like a proper headstock taking shape. Every side was welded extremely well, so I can rest assured it won't leak. A few days later, the holes for the shafts were machined at the machine shop. Here you can see why I welded that ring where the main pair of bearings will sit. Oh, and they machined parallel datums, so all the axes are precisely parallel to them and to each other. I chose 2 roller bearings for the main pair and placed them face to face. They're huge, the OD is 90 mm. Of course, it's not the best solution for precision, but it should be stable enough. The best choice would be a high-precision bearing made specifically for spindles, but that would have driven up the build cost significantly. As you have probably figured out, the headstock is going to have a gearbox inside to increase torque. The helical gears were pulled from an old gearbox, so it should run quietly, hopefully. Then I added a threaded spacer to help me adjust the bearing tension. I don't know what got into me, I decided to make a seal housing of a metal strip. But then I remembered I have a 3D printer, so why struggle with metal? I quickly modeled a nice housing for a 125mm seal in Cinema 4D and printed it in ABS. At this point I realized the spindle's front end was too small to attach a 160mm chuck, so I ordered this ring and pressed it onto the spindle. That gave me a bigger front mounting face.
Now my hands don't close all the way, but I'll be damned if I'll complain. Long as there's a roof above your head and supper on the plate, I'll keep showing up the same.
And the first test fit. Thank God I managed to hold perfect tolerances for the bearings. Next, I fabricated a bottom from a 2mm steel sheet with a drain ball to make oil changes much easier. I drilled 3 holes at the junction between the ring and the spindle and filled them with weld. Now it should be rock solid. The secondary shaft was modified a little to accommodate a specific rear bearing. Machine shop work is quite expensive, so I had to improvise. Of course, all my hand-built machines get orange paint. Then I made a top lid and cut some threads for it. The rear bearing got a thick washer that keeps it from slipping off the spindle. When everything was calculated and machined properly, I thoroughly cleaned the inside with water. The final assembly was extremely satisfying.
Diesel in my blood, mud caked on my hands. Been up since the rooster tried to wake the dead. Foreman wants it faster, banker wants it now.
I used a giant pulley from a washing machine on the secondary shaft. It's going to help reduce the speed from the motor and give more torque. That's pretty much it. In the next episode we will make a bed with ways for the headstock. Well, that's the way the chuck turns.
Poor man digs his own grave, one shovel full at a time, but he digs it standing on his feet.